From that perspective, really excited about this, albeit it's against the best side in Europe. Always going to be a tough test, but hopefully it's going to be a step in the right direction after a disappointing evening against City the other night.
Well, in terms of bare numbers, so far the tale is pretty similar to last season. The Blues have been scoring a couple of goals per game on average without problem, but it's often not enough to win a game. It does feel familiar, even if some of the faces aren't. But they
be really well organised and communicate throughout proceedings against such a brilliant couple of front players. Lovely movement.
Should Reece James be going forward towards the ball there? Is that all right that he made that move, or should he be just concentrating on the runner?
Yeah, I think he probably could have positioned himself slightly better there, read the situation rather than stepping in.
Little touch of the old Cucurella's there from the skipper, who ball in towards Mark Guiu. Eder Militao, perfectly placed, fortunately for Chelsea. Feels pretty open though, doesn't it? Both ways, and that is typical Tony, dare I say it. Full-blooded, bordering on rash, and pretty blatant.
Yeah, a bit cynical, just gets done by the sharpness of Madueke. Started really well once more. Rudiger just wasn't up for a race, was he, towards his own corner flag. Great play. Guiu on the shoulder, just turned it down.
Looking forward to seeing a bit more of Philip Jørgensen here tonight. The Dane from Villarreal, lot of money. Not for the first time. We have a summer wondering what exactly is going on in goal. In behind Garcia is Nkunku. Teaser of a ball. A perfect example of why you want Nkunku in that creative position rather than necessarily being the finisher, but equally why you might want him being the finisher too. And I was just thinking that risk and reward we're talking about there, that's a hair's breadth from an error at one end, but because of that choice to play out from the back that he is absolutely wedded to, comes a really good opportunity. Isn't that just it in a nutshell?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a little bit catching, hasn't it, that giving the ball away, especially
berserk. In fact, so did everybody. I think the bench is cleared. About 120th time lucky. Raheem Sterling scored a corker the other day against Man City. It's Lavia looking for him there. Not quite tall enough to bring it down one way and another.
Be really well organised and communicate throughout proceedings against such a brilliant couple of front players. Lovely movement.
Should Reece James be going forward towards the ball there? Is that all right that he made that move, or should he be just concentrating on the runner?
Yeah, I think he probably could have positioned himself slightly better there, read the situation rather than stepping in.
Little touch of the old Cucurella's there from the skipper, who super goal. Chelsea scored two cracking goals. In fact, they were the two scorers of them, but unfortunately City had scored 4 first. But we're intrigued, Sam, that we've got 2 wingers starting tonight when none did in the Manchester City match.
Yeah, it was a slightly different setup, wasn't it? You had kind of Gusto and Mudryk as nominal wing backs for that game, and kind of got ripped up, didn't it, at half-time.
Pace required from the former of those there, Malo Gusto. Well done, and he drew the challenge.
Yeah, certainly the introduction of Sterling and Madueke had a good effect, and Nkunku dropped a little bit deeper as well and played where he started tonight as an advanced midfield player, and I think he just gives Chelsea so much as a link man, and of course why I'm conflicted is because he's such a good finisher, and we know 1 and 2 touch he's going to find towards the tail end of the campaign.
Enzo Fernandez, who missed the tail end, getting his challenge in there. It was a good one. Here's Nkunku. I feel you've already seen more of him than you did last season, just in this pre-season schedule. Madueke, that familiar cut inside, up against Fran Garcia tonight, the left back, and he's got past him. and all the way to Raheem Sterling. Those two combined really well the other day for a
Vinicius Junior ready to just bend it towards the far corner. He's just read his intentions and got the toe in. That one's okay as well, I think.
I think the referee's right on both there. Reece James definitely got the right boot on the ball, then his left leg took out Vinicius Junior. That doesn't mean it's a penalty though. And Modric got the ball, and then it was shin on shin by the looks of it. Acrobatics from Rudiger. We're more than familiar with that.
Reece James it's just come to mind, had that brilliant game at the Bernabeu a couple of seasons ago, and I think Vinicius Junior, I think it was, made a beeline for him at full time and exchanged a few words. He was superb that night.
Rodrigo on the charge. And he's got right underneath that. He's still waiting to see a first save. Lucas Vazquez it was who was up from right back. Who's back to Enzo Fernandez. And here is the running Gusto. Disappointing cutback. Still falls for Nkunku. Sterling with the shot. Eder Militao in his way. As Modric gets away from Enzo Fernandez a bit too easily. Vinny Junior up against Reece James. It's one-on-one. Look out. It's entertaining already, folks. And he's in. He got the ball, says. And this being a pre-season friendly, the ball will be put out. Couple of 50-50 calls going the way of the defensively minded players. This was the first of them. He got a toe in there, didn't he?
Yeah, he was just moving to the kind of left of the ball, it looks like.
It's over the bar.
Couldn't quite dig it out in the end, but it was a scare. And Reece James, after just singing his praises, has looked a little bit vulnerable with balls down the side of him or over the top. He's just hesitated on a couple of occasions in the last few fixtures of this tour. Him and Levi Colwill with little minor errors there, nearly leading to a goal.
Maybe that makes it just as hard for Reece to get forward. You'd think Cucurella, the better midfielder, if you like, when coming in there than Gusto, who's more a runner than a player. And Garcia with the cross, and there is Gusto. That's turned out handy. If he meant that, that was brilliant. And if he didn't, we'll take it. Sterling into gear. Madrid interested, but Rudiger finding the other former blue on show here. And awkward bit of spin on that for Reece James. Problems. Jurgensen came. Pulled back by Vinicius Junior. Here's Modric. It's tight in there. Thankfully,
I would have liked to have seen Guiu just get across Militao there. I think Militao's positioning has got to be really poor if he allows the ball inside of him and in between him and Courtois for the tap-in. Just want to see the centre forward be really aggressive with that movement. Even if he can't score himself, it just creates a little bit of mayhem.
the weapon that is the right boot of Reece James, that is right where he would want it. Eder Militao got the head, Courtois with the fist. Radir Shield didn't really challenge him. Chelsea throw.
Yeah, it's going to be an avenue for Chelsea with dead balls. Reece James coming up the pitch and being able to whip them in from that side. I just want to see him be able to get a little bit more involved in open play. Will Enzo Maresca maybe give him a little bit more freedom the longer he works with him, just to get involved a little bit in the final third, even if it's slinging balls in from a little bit deeper. Spoke of that